Hi, Debbie. This is Stacy Gardner, and this is my response to your Week 8 discussion board on assessment procedures. I really appreciated your discussion and response to the test takers' rights and responsibilities. For my discussion, I chose to talk about the 2014 ACA Code of Ethics, the section on assessment and evaluation. However, in preparation for this week, I did read through the test takers' rights and responsibilities. When you mentioned the repetition of wording, I had to kind of chuckle because I did pick up on that too when I was reviewing that document. I can appreciate why they do that though, is really for client protection during the assessment process. And I also thought it was interesting how you mentioned, if I was to take an assessment, that you wouldn't know what to ask. Same for me. I wouldn't have known what the questions to ask either. And honestly, I wouldn't even know that there is a test taker's rights and responsibilities. So that is interesting to me in of itself. The one thing that you mentioned, though, regarding the repetition of how they keep saying the same thing over and over, is really the purpose is to protect the client. And you also talked about the very important ethical code that we have is to do no harm to the client. That is very similar to one of the points in the assessment section of the 2014 Code of Ethics. There is a section on client welfare, and it discusses using the appropriate assessment and obtaining consent and to do no harm to the client. So that is one uh, similar thing that I found between the two documents. Uh, there's a big difference in length. The 2014 Code of Ethics is way more brief in what it discusses on assessment. You mentioned that the test taker rights and responsibilities mentions reliability and validity. The code doesn't necessarily use those words, but it does say the counselors have to be very educated and familiar with psychometric properties and how to interpret the test. So I took that as understanding reliability and validity and how to appropriately use these tests in order to gain information in order to provide the best therapeutic interventions that we can for our clients. All in all, thank you so much for your thoughts, and I hope you enjoy the holiday season.